What's up, guys? Welcome to Make It Yourself. And today's video is going to be almost something I said I wasn't going to do. And what I mean by that is I didn't want to recycle any videos, right? Or any mods that I've done in the past because of, unless it was significantly different, right? Or it had a different purpose. And today's case is just that. It is a little bit different, but it's more of the purpose. And I want to make, a video that we can go through what it looks like and the reasoning behind it. And then, as I typically do in a review Wednesday, we'll talk about whether or not that change, that modification was successful, that we achieved the outcome that we were looking to achieve. So let me tell you what we're going to do. So as you know, we got the 07 Road King, and you know what? I've not told you guys this. This is something that I've done in the past to all of my motorcycles, but during the YouTube videos, I've never talked about it, never referenced it. But I name my bikes, right? I think we all name our bikes, right? So let's start off with that. The Road Glide, that's Jefe, right? That's the big boss. That's the big daddy. So he's El Jefe, and the blue bike is, you know what? It's Blue, right? You're my boy, Blue. So that's the name of the bike. So that way it makes life a little bit easier for me as I talk through some stuff instead of having to repeat the year, the Road King, blah, 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 right? So anyhow, that said, what we're going to do is we're going to address a problem that I'm having with this motor, which is a similar problem, not the exact, that I was having with Jefe. So the problem was, or is, there's a lot of heat generated from these motors, right? And the problem specifically with this one that makes it a little bit different is on the left side of the bike, we have an exhaust pipe coming off of the cylinder, and that generates a lot of heat that's coming up. So I'm kind of getting a little bit of a double whammy here. So if you remember when we did the mid-frame deflector on Jefe, we didn't put the left side on because the intent was to guide air around that rear cylinder to help cool that thing down and address that problem. On this one, so this was not so much of a leg problem for me, where this one is. I feel it on my legs. So I want to get that heat off of my legs, and that is supposed to be kind of the purpose of these air deflectors. All right, so the way we're going to fix this is with those mid-frame deflectors, and what we're going to do is I've got the kit here for the 2007, since Blue here is a 2007, and these deflectors are a little bit different. So this is, I believe, the exact same one that's on Jefe, but this left side is different, and that's probably shorter to accommodate that exhaust pipe that's over there, right? Now, these were the $20 versions, just like I did for Jefe off of eBay, right? And same thing. This is what came in the box. The two deflectors, a little baggie of hardware, no instruction. That's okay. We're Make It Yourselfers. We'll figure it out. That's just what we do, baby, right? So we're going to get these things put on. I'm not going to go over the installation of it because that was covered in the other video. The whole point of this is, will it address the problem, the issue that I'm trying to solve for? So let me get these things lined up, put on. I'll let you know if there was anything weird about it. I'm sure either things will not line up or, the usual stuff that you read about people putting on the stuff that they buy without instructions is they typically find that maybe the holes don't line up. They have to drill something. I don't know. The hardware that they got wasn't worthwhile, whatever it is. I'll let you know if I run into any of that stuff, but we'll get these things on, and we're going to have to go with the feel factor on it with this one to see if it's going to be successful, but we'll talk a little bit more about that after I get these deflectors on. What do you think? Mounted on. It's black. The frame is black. Although the big difference that I feel there is right now is just the fact that the seat and the saddlebags, even though they are black, they're matte black, right? They're not glossy. So that is one thing that does kind of stand out a little bit to me for this. But again, I can always pull them off. If I really, really want it, I could rattle can them to be matte black. That's not a big deal. Being 20 bucks, it you know, yeah, no heartache, right? So that's that side. And I'll tell you, this was the worst of the sides to put on. This was a struggle. Just because of the amount of space you have here. It's not a whole lot, right? So if you've got, you know, if you don't have small hands, you're going to struggle. The way I figured out to work around it as best as I could, at least, was to remove the floorboard for the passenger and then snake my hand up behind through this area, and that allowed me to gain access. But yeah, it's kind of a pain. On the left side, this one, so they give you 3 holes, but there's only 1 hole here. So I went ahead and put that on. Again, that sits up, and like I said, it cuts through or just above the this exhaust here. Now I'm wondering how this is going to work out, because it, you know, my leg is here, right, on the outer part of this. So I don't know if this is going to actually do what I was hoping it would. I won't know until I ride. Maybe it'll reduce it. I'm not sure. We're going to have to figure that out. But yeah, so in the process of things, I dropped a couple of washers that apparently the motor ate or something. I don't know where they are. I've got to try to find them. I'm pretty sure it won't cause any issues, but that's one of the things, right? Yeah. So, you know, again, the point of this is to try to address kind of that heat problem that I was experiencing from this motor, as opposed to the different heat I was feeling from the M8. I don't know. Time's going to tell here. So I'll be riding this around, trying to see if I can get that motor hot. Well, I know I can get the motor hot, right? Riding it around and see what my experience is. Again, it's going to have to be that feel gauge where do I feel the difference, because measuring the temperature, it depends, right? It all depends. And then plus, it's very difficult to measure that. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so, you know, hopefully in a couple of weeks, we'll have a review Wednesday, and I'll let you know how this works out. But at the end of the day, again, dirt cheap, little bit of time to install, but I mean, it's not going to kill you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you enjoy the content, become a subscriber. And if you don't want to miss out on the next video, hit the notification bell. And until that video posts, I'll see you in the win.